Hello there and welcome to today's ride. You join me on a 50-kilometre ride that I'm going to do today out towards the village of Southwick, Wickham, Fareham and then home again. It's going to be fairly flat and hopefully it's not going to take me more than a couple of hours. As you can see, the roads are very, very wet and covered in all sorts of debris off the trees. That's because we had Storm Bella pass through yesterday and it was pretty torrential. 70-mile-an-hour winds, that's about 110 kilometers an hour, and it was absolutely terrifying. But it's all seemed to eased off a little bit today, and the forecast for the rest of the week is not good, so if I don't go out today, that's it for a while on the road. This is my second ride over the festive period, and obviously I feel like I need to get out and offset all of the mince pies and festive cheer that I've been consuming, which between you and me has been quite a lot. I feel I'm riding a bit like a sack of spuds at the moment, and I feel I really do need to up my game a little bit. The last ride I did was out to Bognor, and even though I cut it short at 60 k's, the last 20 k's were just absolute agony. Riding into a headwind, I just had absolutely nothing in the tank. So today's rationale is partly to see if that was a one-off or if I am really lacking in energy at the moment. I've always quite liked this mud island climb. It's reasonably long, couple of kilometres, but it's nice and gentle. It's a really good one for just getting into a rhythm and getting a bit of a climbing workout. But it's a whole different ball game when you're racing up here. This was on one of my favourite courses, and it was always the last couple of Ks. And going full bore up here was quite a slog, I could tell you. Just approaching the first climb of the day, just out of the village of Wickham. It's about a kilometre long and it's quite steep, so I'm just going to chug my way up to the top of that. But once I get over the other side, I should have the westerly wind behind me pretty much all the way home. The main disadvantage of this ride is that from here on in, it also starts to get a little bit built up. Just approaching the town of Fareham, and then we'll ride along the south coast through Portchester, Cosham, out to Havant, and then we'll start climbing up from Emsworth. Just on halfway round this ride now. Got another 25 Ks to go until I'm home. Feeling pretty good still. I am hydrating myself. I'm using the Highlight additive product again, that's giving me some electrolytes, just mixed with some just plain ordinary fruit, squash and water, and so far that seems to be doing the trick. But yeah, I've still got another 25 Ks to go until I'm home. A lot can happen between now and then. Despite it having the potential to be slightly busy, this stretch of coast road between Fareham and Portchester is always quite nice to ride because it's slightly downhill and the wind is always generally behind you, obviously sometimes stronger than others, and you can be flying along here doing 40 kilometers an hour, or like today when it's a very gentle tailwind, I'm cruising along about 30. Mind you, the main disadvantage with this whole 10-kilometre section is that there are traffic lights and roundabouts pretty much every 500 meters or so. I was just wondering why these roads are so quiet today when normally they're pretty busy, but of course it's very easy to lose track of the days over Christmas. It's Sunday morning, so that's going to make it quiet anyway, plus obviously with Christmas and everything, that's going to make it even quieter. And then add into the mix that this is officially a tier 4 area, and it's going to be practically a ghost town compared to what it normally is. I've just turned off that main coast road and I'm now heading slightly northwest, so I've lost that really nice tailwind, but the good thing is that the roads are a bit more rural now and we're out in the country more or less until I get home now. This route does mean that I have to climb up the Skull and Bones cross climb that I did the other day. When I did it on Christmas Eve, I was absolutely shattered. I had to stop twice going up there to catch my breath. Today it's not so bad, but I have got 10 kilometers less in my legs, so I'm not sure how much of a fair assessment that is. I'm not sure I'd like to do it with another 10k in the legs, that's for sure. .46 kilometers in now, just passing through Rowland's Castle, and I'm just starting to get tired as well, so good job I don't have that much further to go now. Not completely sure what's going on and the reason for feeling so weak at the moment. The other day I went out with my cycling chums and did 70 kilometers with no real issues. Now fast forward 2 weeks and I'm feeling really weak and tired. My suspicions are that it's obviously the Christmas excesses. I can't argue that I haven't taken on board enough fuel, because I've done nothing but shove a load of mince pies and Christmas dinner and turkey and a couple of sherries down my gullet, so maybe I just need to work all of that off and improve my power to weight ratio. I'm also finding it a little bit difficult to get into the rhythms of today's ride as well, so my cadence, my heart rate and my breathing, I normally try and kind of sync them all up, but today it's just one big struggle, and that could have something to do with not really having a cadence sensor on this bike and not really knowing how fast I've been pedaling. so I may need to get used to that, but still it's something I need to work on, I think. So there we go, that's today's ride. By the time I get home, that will be about 53 kilometers and about 350 meters of climbing, so nothing desperately exciting to write home about. If I had to put a rating scale of 1 to 10 how difficult it was, I would say it was about a 7, but compare that to the ride that I did a couple of days ago, and that was most definitely a 10, so at least that's something. Thanks for watching.